You're welcome to today's episode, and I'll be talking on success secrets of high achievers in business. Success secrets of high achievers in business. The number one key thing in life is that those people who are in the top of the career, who are in the top of their profession, who are doing things exceptionally better than every other person around them and dusting their competitors. They have what they are doing that is giving them those results. Success in anything follows a process. So I'll be showing you a thing or two that will help you to understand that there are secrets to success. There are principles that governs success. So high achievers in every field in life have techniques that they are following that is working for them. But we'll narrow it down in this instance to business. So it's titled Success Secret of High Achievers in Business. And number one thing is that the number one secret of achievers in business is the skill to produce revenue. They have identified how to serve people, how to serve more people on things that will produce massive revenue, whether it is in products, whether it is in entertainment, whether it is in sports, whatever may be the field, the tool of that business tool through which the revenue comes to them that makes them successful. They have learned to do things that produces revenue. So money comes when you render services to people. If you have, or if you can find a way to serve people, revenue is bound to flow into your account. Number two, high achievers are dedicated to their drive to develop this important skill. That skill that generates them income, they are dedicated to sharpening it. They are dedicated to working it. They are dedicated to excelling in it. That is the channel through which revenue comes to them. So they don't just wish. You don't wish yourself towards excellence. No, you work towards excellence to get at excellence. Number three, great and successful achievers invest mainly in assets that generate positive returns. They focus on money-producing assets and money-producing investments. If you want to get money, then learn to invest wisely. So successful people they have learned to target investment that produces wealth. They acquire assets that generates money, generates revenue for them. They don't invest frivolously and lose their money. They are careful to target only those assets, to target only those investments that generate them more revenue. Number four now, sorry. Successful entrepreneurs are never concerned with little chores. So many people are missing it. How are they missing it? They focus on activities that brings very little revenue, very little resources. So develop those skills that can earn you large amount of money. If you don't have the kind of service to render to people, if you don't know how to structure deals that will bring a lot of money to you, then you can't get a lot of money. If you're not involved in the kind of business that will bring you a lot of money, then you can't become highly or super successful. So if you want to become a multi-millionaire or a multi-billionaire, then get those skills to do those businesses that can bring you millions of dollars. So successful people, they don't concern themselves with little chores. They outsource little chores and focus sharply on those key strategies, on those key tasks that can bring them a lot of money. So you yourself should stop doing low-yielding tasks and responsibilities that generate very minute amount of money and possibly takes a lot of your time and your energy. Get away from them. Go and learn the skills that can earn you high net revenue. And then, successful people understand leverage. They leverage on the energy of other people. They leverage on the time of other people. They leverage on machineries, they leverage on technology to generate wealth. Successful people have learned to go to the bank and borrow money. They use other people's money to fund their business activities, to buy assets that can generate revenue. And then from the revenue generated, they pay those debts. It is a skill that they have mastered. They have mastered leverages, they have mastered collaboration, they have mastered partnership, because they know that they cannot become super successful by their own personal efforts. They need to tap into resources. They need to tap into opportunities that are created by other people. And when they coordinate and harness these forces and these factors, then they will make a lot of money. And that is the reason for the success that you are seeing in their lives. So you must learn to tap into the expertise of other people. You must learn to tap into the contact and connections of other people. You must learn to use those things which others have set to achieve your own success. You must learn to use those skills and talents and materials and resources of other people. Coordinate them to get what you want by yourself. Because by yourself alone and your own individual effort and solo energy and solo endeavors, you can only accomplish very little. Number 6, successful people are good managers of men and materials. They are good managers of men and materials. They are able to coordinate materials, supervise men, set a team, coordinate them to work towards definite end to achieve their goals. They have desire and they know that it will take human beings to accomplish those desires. So they can't do it alone, but they are very skillful in assembling a team, managing a group of men, and then getting those men to achieve his desires. So that is a skill that you must have to also develop. If you are a troublesome person and you can't work in a team, you are a poor manager of men because you find it difficult to respect people, then it will be difficult for you to accomplish success. So successful people have learned to manage resources. They know how to combine resources. They know how to coordinate it and then get people to convert those resources to wealth for them. Number 7, achieving entrepreneurs concentrate on steering the ship of their company rather than doing the daily petty works that will not get them their goals. They work on their business. They coordinate their business. They supervise their business. Then, when they coordinate the men and material, they will now have success. They do the planning. They do the strategization and delegate men to implement those plans while they supervise from a distance. They are not involved in the daily minute implementation of their goals or their objectives. That is one understanding that you must have, that if you are deeply involved in the minute management of your objectives, it will limit your success. So you achieve success using the energy of other people, using the time of other people, using the effort of other people. So build up the interest and revenue and remunerations for these people and then coordinate them. Set plans, give them those plans, and then they will work for you while you do planning and growth strategies for your organization. That is one of the major secrets that successful people work with. Then number 8, they calculate how much their earning per hour is. They calculate how much they are worth per hour. When you know how much you are worth per hour, it will help you to focus on those tasks that can give you the most and delegate or outsource those that are likely to waste your time. So they do those things that are those tasks that are most valuable. They're not involved in boring, low-paying jobs. Number 9, they focus on those top activities that generate the most revenue for them. Number 10, most successful people learn to sell effectively. They realize that selling is the most important skill in business because selling is what brings the business. So they are good marketers. They are good sellers of their skill, of their enterprise, of their product, or whatever it is that is the focus of their business. They know how to connect with people with money in exchange for their product or their services. And you see them having a lot of money. So selling is the number one skill in business. So you have to learn it. Give priority to developing good quality selling skills, because that is what will bring the most money for you. Assemble a team, gather people, train them or give them opportunity to be trained so that they can market your skill, they can market your products, they can market your services, and then a lot of money will come to you. Most of the times, you may not be the one that will have the talent, you may not be the one that will have the skill, you may not be the one that will have the expertise, but if you have the skill to bring in, attract the people that have these skills, this talent, and coordinate them, then they will use their talent and their skill to work for you, and you will become successful. It's still part of selling your talents. Then, most successful people at one point or the other have sacrificed to do what others are not ready to do. Successful people have learned to make that sacrifice. They know that it's not convenient. It is said that when a wealthy man tells you what it takes to be successful, you will prefer to remain in poverty. Why? You are not willing to go through those kind of tedium. You are not willing to pay that kind of sacrifice. They work real hard. They take risk. They risk their money. They risk their resources. They risk their investments. And then those risks are what pays off. So know that it takes sacrifice. It's not just a pleasure ride for them. Number 11, all successful entrepreneurs have learned to endure failure encounters, but then they rise from this failure. It is something that you cannot avoid. There are no guarantee that your plan will work 100% successful at every endeavor, at every initiative that you take. No, failure is common in life. It is said that about 80% of every new business is failed within the first 5 years. So chances are that you're not just going to bump into business and then have a roller coaster and have a smooth sail success. No, chances are that you are going to fail. But then if you have persistence, if you are resistant, and if you are resilience, if you have resilience, you can always fight back to win. Chances are that you will win when you resist failure and try again, even when you fail. So, number 13, successful people know that to get money, they have to provide service that meets people's need. It is when you know what people need and provide those services to them that money exchanges hands. That is one thing that successful people know. They are realistic. They are practical thinkers. They are not wishful thinkers. Money comes as a result of services rendered. Look for services that you will render to a lot of people, a large base of people. And then when you get returns by way of payment from them, you become successful. But primarily and upfront, you must have to render them that service for the money to leave their hands. Number 14, they know that to make reasonable money, you must migrate from one-to-one selling to one-to-many selling. When you serve people one-on-one, you are using your energy. But if you can identify businesses that the process can be automated and you can serve a lot of people, thousands and millions of people at the same time, then you know that you'll be successful. So think of the system, a business system, particularly those ones that can be automated, particularly those ones that you can leverage technology, online stores, online businesses that do not require your direct involvement for the fulfillment to be completed. So those are the secrets that successful people have identified. They don't involve in business where they will be the one doing the practical work. They either outsource to others or they get the machineries that will get the process running without or with very little human intervention, or they identify businesses where they will do the work upfront and then set the motion to the internet where technology will pilot it to run smoothly until it gets done. And then successful people are quick to adapt to technology use. They move in accordance to trend, to events, to developments, particularly in the century where we live in, where there are quick changes, there are innovations that make things work better, make things work faster, make process become more efficient. So they are quick to switch to those platforms where they can leverage advantages that technology has introduced to the world. They are not obsolete in thinking. They are futuristic in thinking, and they are quick to take advantages of all inventions that can help their business to generate them more money. And then, number 16, successful people learn to write and communicate. They learn to write and communicate effectively, efficiently. They are good negotiators. They know how to manage men and materials. They have ad or copywriting skills. They have communication skills, whether it is in writing, whether it is in writing marketing messages. They develop those skills because they know that they need to convince people, they need to persuade people, either in speaking, either in writing, so that they can market their products, so that they can sell their products, so that they can hold meetings and then convince people to give them funding to expand their businesses. So communication skill is one of the strengths of successful business people. And 17, successful people have multiple streams of income, multiple streams of legitimate income. It is said that most millionaires have at least 7 streams of income, 7 ways by which revenue accrue to them, accrue to their account. So at the beginning, it could be just one source, because to be focused, you have to start with something that will help you to be focused. But as time goes on, you begin to diversify. So as much as possible, have multiple ways of earning money, because if you're restricted to just one means of earning money, once that process is blocked or once that channel is blocked, you begin to suffer and begin to struggle. So it is wise that you identify other means, other investments, other assets that you can acquire that will be generating revenue for you. So as you work and save money, think of investments and assets that can be producing revenue for you, particularly when you don't have to be working to get those processes to be functioning, and then money will be generated to you. That is one of the secrets of top achievers. And number 18, successful entrepreneurs are business builders. They are business builders. They are good marketers. They take up a concept and implement it, and it starts functioning and generating revenue. They will see what is working somewhere. They will travel and see an idea that is working effectively somewhere. They will return to their city and they will implement it. They are good business builders. They are thinkers and they are action-oriented in implementing their plans. So that is another key secret of high achievers, especially in business. They are action takers. They get hold of useful information and then implement it massively. So if you want to be successful, you must be a massive action taker. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Once you have set the plan in place, once you have think through it, just start. Don't wait for 100% guarantee that it will be successful. No. As you go along, ways will be open, opportunities will be open, more knowledge will be open, more assets and tools will be open to you to access. So don't wait until you have 100%. There's no such thing. Business involves risk, and successful people, high achievers, they have learned to take that risk. So when they spot opportunities, they dive into it. They don't wait to see and make sure that everything is clear and the coast is clear. No. If you delay so much, then you will have to compete when the business environment is already flooded. So they understand human relations. They understand social networking. They understand human management. That is another key. And then successful people don't count on grace. They don't count on luck. They are practical oriented. They are realistic thinkers. They are not wishful thinkers. So they don't count on miracle. Chance happens, but you must set the process that will bring lucky chance to happen to you. That is how life works. Thank you very much. And Ucheka is my name. Have a nice day.